Hi my salty pecans, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Pamela, and on today's video I'm going to be just sharing you a tour of my filming space, and to be more specific, a plant tour of my filming space. So this is where I film my videos for you all. As you can see, my beautiful, wonderful chair right here. And behind it, it's adorned by a bunch of beautiful plants. And of course, the plants that you're seeing here, it is ever changing, but a few of them are actually staples that I don't move at all. So if you're interested in this tour, then keep on watching. So let's just get right into it. I'm gonna actually start on the left right here. And the first plant is actually, it doesn't live here, but I think I might leave it here for a little bit. This is one of my Ripsalis buciferas. I love Ripsalis. I think Ripsalis are such undervalued, understated plants, and they're so important and they're so amazing, and people don't really talk about them that much. Maybe because they're not aroids, you know, they don't have these large bustling foliage. They're kind of sticks in a sense, but Ripsalis, I absolutely love them. So the first plant is my Ripsalis bucifera. So right next to my Ripsalis bucifera, this is my philodendron micans. I've had this plant for quite a long time, and it's huge, it's ginormous, and it continues to grow day by day, week by week, year by year. It's fabulous. I love the micans. And next to the micans is the cousin of the philodendron, and this is the pothos. To be more specific, this is one of my golden pothos. I actually grew this plant from a cuttings a few years ago, I believe in 2019. I have that video up. I will tag it above here somewhere in the cards and in the description box. But this particular philodendron, this golden pothos, lives inside of a cage and it's ginormous. I love it so much. I think people should, you know, try to find different ways to decorate their plants, to adorn their homes with plants. And for me, a cage really does a lot for me. And you can see my hands in the mirror. So I'm gonna show you here. This is my Hoya cage. This is my Hoya cage, and there's a few different Hoyas in here. Let me tell you all. So this is not a Hoya, this is a silver dollar. I have I believe this is just a regular crinkle 8, Hoya crinkle 8, and I also have a Hoya carrii in here. I have a carnosa, a Hoya carnosa right there. There's a Hoya pubicalis there, and another Hoya carnosa right here, and a Hoya Chelsea. I'm not sure if you can see the Chelsea, but this is a Hoya Chelsea in here. So cute, love it so much. And right next to it, I have a propagation box. I've been propagating plants inside of perlite for the last couple of weeks, and actually on Monday, one of the plants, well, two of them, are gonna go out to the winners of a giveaway I did on my live stream last week. So I'm really happy about that. So I keep this here because it's right next to the grow light, and it's able to just keep the humidity in and make these babies happy. So this is one of my propagation boxes. If we pan, I guess, over here, this is a cactus little fairy garden that I made with Svetlana, Firefly in the Room. In early January, we did a collab video, one on her page and one on mine. And for her page was a fairy garden competition. So this is the baby that, you know, I created, and I absolutely love it. You can see it has a gnome. Let's focus. So as you can see, the gnome with a little pool next to it. I love it so much. And so that's that. If I move this out of the way, you're gonna be able to see my Monstera Peru, aka Monstera carstiniana. I love it so much. I have been wanting a Monstera Peru for so long, and I finally was able to get my hands on one from overseas, and it's been living inside of this, you know, this pot with a Sheriff Woody hat. So I just leave that there. And I'm not sure if you're like me, but I kind of like to add little trinkets and dinkins into my pot. So I have this kind of fake lantern and a, what is this, like a little shelf bench to sit. I don't know who's sitting, but you know, maybe the fly gnats might want to have a, you know, a sit down one day when they're tired of flying around. It's really cute though. So let me just put this coral back in here. So behind the Monstera Peru is my, gosh, this is one of the Monstera adansonii. This is the monkey mask Monstera adansonii. I believe that's the exact kind it is. And right below that, I have this Dieffenbachia Camille. It's not exhibiting a bunch of white, but this is a Dieffenbachia Camille. It's small, it's baby, that's okay. As long as it's not dying, I'm happy with, you know, whatever it's doing. And behind that, I'm not too sure if you all can see, but I have a Swiss cheese Monstera. Really neglected, super neglected, but it's doing its thing behind there, so I'm not worrying too much about it. And now I'm gonna pull you all back a bit. So right here, I have one of my bird of paradise. I was really neglecting a lot of my plants for the last year. Just, you know, a lot of like mental you know, like just personal issues. Like I was just neglecting everything around me, and my bird of paradise really got frustrated with me, and I did manage to salvage one of the plants, but the other ones did unfortunately die, and we're not going to talk about it anymore. But behind the bird of paradise, you can see this is an Aglaonema Silver Queen, I believe, and there's a few of them inside of this pot, and it lives alongside my Dieffenbachia. This is Stoic, my Dieffenbachia. I've had it for over 12 years. This is my first plant, and they've actually been living together since then. And Lola's, you can see her little foot. This is Lola's bed. She's so sleepy. So yeah, and under that, I have a very, very neglected, seriously, it's about to die. This is, my goodness, a Syngonium something. I forgot which Syngonium this was. It fell, and when I found it, it wasn't doing too good. So actually, I'm gonna try and rehab this plant. So we're gonna move it away from there. So yes, like I mentioned, this is my Dieffenbachia. Absolutely love this Dieffenbachia. I think this might be the Tropic Snow. It might not be. I don't really know which kind, because my mom did give this to me like over 10 years ago, and it was just a cutting. So I don't know exactly what it is, but if you all do leave it down below. And right next to it is this beautiful, humongous golden pothos. I absolutely love golden pothos. I also think golden pothos are so underrated. People don't really care too much about them because it's not pricey, but you don't need a pricey plant. You just need a beautiful plant that's going to make you happy. And in my opinion, golden pothos are just so amazing, and they give you that lush, vibrant look. I believe I got this golden pothos in 2016. Love it so much. So this is all for this space right here, and I'm just gonna move you all back to my stripper poles. I'm gonna tag these 2 plant stripper poles down below. I also have a video of me putting this plant pole together. If you're interested, I will have that tagged below. So I'm gonna start off down here. This right here is my newest cutting, my newest plant from Hannah. This is a Monstera albo. We did a plant trade. I will tag that video up here below, and it was so amazing. I'm so happy about the plants that I received from her. And this Monstera albo is one of 3. Behind the Monstera albo is this gigantic pot of ZZ plant. I love the ZZ plants. I have a few in my home, and this is a very large one. I believe I bought this for like $5 at Home Depot sometime last year or the year before, and it's taking off like insanely. So get you a ZZ plant, they're bomb AF. Next to the ZZ plant, right here on one of the shelves, this is a Cebu Blue. It's a propagation that is doing good. You can see the new growth right there in the pot, right there, that little nub over here. So I'm super, yeah, you see that little nub. I'm super happy about that. So that's there. This is a Ripsalis. I forgot what kind of Ripsalis this is, but I actually traded with Alex, one of my planty friends. I think she's honestly like my first planty friend, Alex. Beantown HousePlant here on YouTube. And this is the second plant that I did trade with Hannah. This is a Amplicynum. I'm not too sure how to properly pronounce it. Amplicynum silver. Love it. This is such a beautiful plant. And next to that is my pièce de résistance, one of my most favorite plants in my collection. This is my other Monstera albo plant that Hannah gifted me last year for my birthday. Thank you so much, Hannah. You're bomb AF. She's amazing. Thank you so much. I would not ever own this plant if not for her. So be patient, people. Patience is key. You never know what'll happen in life. So if we're gonna go a little bit over here behind this trail of string of hearts, I'll show you that a little bit later, is my, look at this beautiful philodendron silver splash, I believe this is, or cream splash. Beautiful, beautiful. It's finally pushing out substantially large growth, because it was pushing out a whole bunch of little growth, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, put some respect on my name. And I chopped it, I propped it, and the prop is here, and it's growing, it's ginormous, and I can't wait for it to get even larger. So that's that. Behind that is a little propagation jar, and it has some more Cebu Blue, no, what is this, Monstera Adansonii cuttings, and I think that's all that it is. I have some failed, what is this? Well, it just fell. So I have some failed Hoya linearis props here, and yeah, they did not manage to survive, which is cool. So next to that, I have my philodendron silver sword. Love it so much. Love my philodendron silver sword. It's stunning, it's gorgeous, and it's just growing and growing. I do plan on chopping this to make a fuller pot, because this is just one stalk, and I want fuller plants, right? That's the whole point of propagations. So next to my philodendron silver sword, I have this Hoya macrophylla variegata. This is with the outer variegation. I used to have the pot of gold, which has the white inside, but that did not do well in my home, so it did unfortunately pass. So that is the only plant here. So next to that, I have my little horn behind that, and if we look up, I have some hanging plants. And the first hanging plant is another plant that I did get from Hannah in our most recent trade. This is a skeleton key pothos, and this is stunning. This is so pretty. I like come on, this is such a beautiful plant. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. And next to that is my variegated strings of hearts, and this plant is so long now. I have it draped over one of the horns of my you know, my little friend right here. And this plant just keeps growing and growing. So pretty, I love it. And if we pan even over more, I have this philodendron bipennifolium, which was from my Secret Santa last year, Samita. Thank you so much. I love that. And next to that, I have this orchid. I'm not too sure what kind of orchid this is, but I love it. It's so pretty, and it's been growing and pushing out a bunch of new growth, which of course that's all we ever want as plant parents, is consistent new growth and consistent growth. Under that is one of my most favorite plants ever in my entire collection, and this is my Hoya Polyneura Broguette. Broguette has the silver ring in it, and I love this plant. I did chop it and trade with Hannah, so hopefully her baby continues to thrive like mine has. And next to that, I have this. It's supposed to be a variegated string of hearts, but the white never pushed from this point, so I'm not really worried too much about that. I do want to just transfer it into just a separate pot, like another pot maybe into here, instead of having just one strand taking up so much space. And next to that, I have this Hoya macrophylla, I believe something splash, I don't know. Apparently splash is not a proper name for plants, but if you see splashing in it, it's a splash. So obviously it's not green like that or white, it's, you know, it has a splash, so I'm just gonna call it a splash. And the last shelf here contains two plants. This is my only Calathea rattlesnake. I love this plant. My cousin gifted me this for my birthday last year, and I love it oh so much. Oh no, that almost fell. That would not have been good at all. That would have been devastating, very devastating. And the last plant here is this Hoya serpens. I love this baby. I love the Hoya serpens so much, and it's pushing out some new growth, so I'm so happy. You see the new growth right here? This is new growth. This vine is a new vine, and I think there's others, but I can't really spot them at the moment. But this is feeling really light, so I'm gonna go ahead and water this after I finish this video. But this is the last plant that sits behind me here in my filming space. I love it so much. I love these plants, and this area will forever change. I always, you know, move plants around. This used to be at my window, and I decided this week I want to move it here. And I used to have the cage hanging up, but not anymore. It's just chilling down there. And when I'm ready to film, all I do is just remove the plants that are on the seats, which is just the cage and the prop box, and I keep it pushing. You know, I film for you all, and content gets created. So that is all my salty pecans. Let me know what you feel and what you think about this video. I'm really happy to bring it out for you, because I've been, you know, I love seeing what other people have in their space, especially their filming space. So this is just a little plant tour of my filming space. I'm just giving you guys a little overview again of the entire area. This is how it looks, and I do have two grow lights here. I don't really care too much for them, so I'm not really going to mention them, but they're doing their job for now. But I'm looking for better ones, so if you do have grow light recommendations, please do share them in the comment section below with me, because I'm looking to upgrade my light game. Okay, with that being said, thank you so much, my salty pecans, for watching this video. If you liked it, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and sharing. Subscribe if you aren't already. Join this little cookie family, because we're pretty awesome here. Become a salty pecan, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every single time I upload a new video. And I will see you all on the next one. Let's get growing. Bye.